What's up, guys? Andrew here with another video for you. Today we're going to take a look at Nova Succession. That's right, we're going to look at Succession first, and then we're going to do a Awakening video later in the day. I just wanted to get to Succession just because I think right now, from what I've seen, Succession is the stronger of the two, so we'll go over it. And first we're going to start with the passives, okay? So she gains a new passive, which is cast speed plus 1%. It's, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, so 5% more cast speed percentage. That's nice. It's not too bad. I thought she was going to get HP, but it ended up being cast speed, so that's okay. We also don't have an additional buff to her passive Cold Dark Star, which is already pretty strong. I thought maybe she would, like Guardian did, but she doesn't. That's okay. She does get a couple of more things that we need to talk about, and that's the main new pawn. So you saw the King of the Dead, Axion. So Axion will be able to be summoned. The way you summon Axion, basically before you go into any combat, whether it be PvE or PvP, you usually do Q block, and then you press space to summon new pawns. With Q block, the normal pawns already summon. What you can do is press shift space to then summon Axion, and Axion will just hang around near you as an orb. You can see the orb above my character here. This is the orb right here. Axion's gonna last about an hour, so you don't have to continuously summon him. He doesn't hang around physically. He is there, and when you do certain attacks, he will, instead of your normal pawns, he will also appear and deal additional damage. So that's the main mechanic for Nova Succession, is this new pawn. Everything is around this new pawn. And in terms of skills, we're going to go over all the different skills that you get in Succession. So Affliction is a new Succession skill that you get. Nothing really special. It does give you a lot of HP recovery while Axion is summoned. So if you go, if you need some HP recovery, this is a good way of getting that. Next up, we have Bitter Rain, which is a decent skill already, 6-second cooldown. It just gains some more damage from what I can tell in terms of absolute. So you get some HP recovery. A lot of these skills with Axion out will give you HP recovery because HP plays a big part into keeping Axion out and dealing damage. So HP recovery while you have this. In terms of the skill itself, it looks very, very similar to the normal version. I don't use Bitter Rain that much, maybe in PvP, but PvE not really that much. But it's a good skill nonetheless. We also have the Vengeful Star, which is forward right click. That's the next Succession skill that we get. As you can see, again, HP recovery plus 30 per hit while Axion is summoned. So you can do this. And there you go. You can't spam it. But it looks good, but it's unprotected as far as I know, right? So, you know, not great. The last hit is a good knockdown, so that's not bad. You can use it after certain skills to get that third hit knockdown effect. Again, in PvE, not really going to be using this very much. Next up, we have Icy Thorns, which is down right click. It's a float HP recovery as usual with a down smash. So there you go. Pretty standard. As usual, the top skills here aren't anything super fancy that you're going to be using a lot in PvE. The grab is still here. It doesn't get anything additional. It hasn't been changed in any whatsoever. But the dash is now different. So Karatum's opening used to be a dash that you can use after grab, after certain skills. So now in Succession, it allows you to use it whenever you want. So you'd lose that movement distance, and you'd also lose the SA. I believe you keep the forward guard. I'm not entirely sure, but in PvP it seems like it. It's also a 6-second cooldown instead of 5 seconds, and this is what it looks like. So while you're, for example, blocking, you can go into it, and you just keep using it as long as you have stamina. It does consume a lot of stamina, about 10 to 12 stamina on my end here. And we're out of stamina again. But not a bad tool for movement, which is something that Pre-Awakened Nova just kind of struggled in a lot of areas. Mobility wasn't too great. Next up, we have, I believe the shield is also different. So yeah. So the main thing that's changed with Karatum's protection is that when you're in Q block, you can move a little bit faster now. Before it was a lot slower, so now in succession you can move a little bit faster than before. So it allows you to move within block, not at a turtle space, but a little bit faster than that. So not bad, not bad. These skills, so Prime Karatum's Ascension got a buff, so that's forward F. It's a succession skill now. It does decent damage, still has a DP shred, and overall a pretty good skill. I like using it a lot. In terms of look, it hasn't really changed, so there's that. Let's see, we have that. Now these are the big 4, or the big 5. So Frozen Earth, a really great skill already. It's a 200% skill, but large AoE already in normal pre-awakened version. So now in succession it gains more damage, and it's still super armor. This is what it looks like. You can see Axion spawns and deals more damage as well. Not bad at all. We also have the shift left click Fianchetto, another great skill. Super armor, just gains more damage. And again, it's still a float on the last hit. Again, Axion spawns as well and deals extra damage at the end there. You can cancel this skill as well with a lot of different ways. You can sidestep into it, so you don't have to use the wind up. It cancels into a lot of skills, so overall, I think one of the best skills in the kit. I use it a lot. Shift right click, the Frozen Darkness is a SA still. All the CC is in PvE only, but it still is a great skill. It does a lot of damage. This is what it looks like. It can be cancelled, but this is the normal version of it. Again, Axion comes out and deals some hefty damage. And if you, for example, cancel shift like, you can go into shift right click if you want. For just a lot of damage, it's pretty much going to kill anything. Let's see. Next up, we have the Shift Q. So Shift Q is a decent skill, not bad. I think the target markers are a little bit funky on this skill, but it does deal a lot of damage if you can hit all of the hits. That's what it looks like. You can also cancel this skill through Shift F and some other skills, I believe. So it's not a bad skill whatsoever if you cancel it, just to get that damage out. And then finally we have Shift F here with, again, more damage. It has that debuff, which is great. One of the best skills that Nova has available to her. It's going to be great in PvE, PvP. This is what it looks like. Fairly good range. And again, you can see Axion spawning to deal more damage. The 2 awakening skills that we get are Swooping Ring, which is a forward guard. Good damage as well. This is what it looks like. Not bad, not bad. It's very quick. I like it. And most importantly, we get Stars Called, which in succession is an iframe while you move backwards, and also an SA throughout the rest of the animation. This is what it looks like. Fairly quick. The fact that we have an iframe that is so quick, although short, is very important to fight against those grab classes that are the main weakness for Nova, and it still is. So, you know, this is the one iframe you're going to have available to you. Awakening doesn't even have a full-time iframe, so Succession right now, just having that on-demand iframe every 10 seconds is very, very good. Apart from that, we'd already talked about the King of the Dead, a new pawn that you get. Again, it lasts 1 hour. If you go below a certain amount of health, he starts going berserk and attacking everything that gets even near you. The orb will turn red when he goes into berserk mode. You can also cast him on range with this Icy Prison Succession skill. So this is your 100%. I'll show you the 100% first, and then we can see the normal skill. So this is what it looks like. So that's the normal version. So if you have your Q block with pawns out and you do down E, you'll still deal more damage like the normal version pre-awakened. So the normal version of the succession skill of down E is this. So you'll see that Axion spawns and then deals a linear damage. Let me get further away and do it again so you can kind of see. The range is about medium, I'd say. It's not, even though the reticle shows me here, most of the time Axion won't actually go to that target. But around here it seems to be good. You go down E. There you go. The pawns hit, and as well Axion as well. I'll show you one more time. So he does some aerial assault, as well as your pawns dealing damage from range. Again, it's still unprotected, so you got to be careful when you use this, but it's fairly quick if you feel like you're safe to use it. It's not a bad skill. It's really one of the best skills you have in terms of PvP combat. In PvE, it's okay. I mean, if you have a pack on the side that you want to hit, and you know it's going to die just by that one skill, okay? Or if you are on your way to a pack, you can use it if you want as well. Let's see. We also have the main buff has also received some changes. So before it was HP recovery plus 500. We maintain that, and all DP plus 50 is now all DP plus 20 for 30 seconds. Before we got grapple resistance plus 30%. Now we get crit plus 30% and the grapple resistance. That's the main difference. You also delete all your DP reduction effects, so that's still there. So basically you give up 30 DP buff to gain 30% crit rate, which is not bad. I like that you can basically choose one or the other. They're both the same amount of cooldown timer, so it's up to you whether or not you're going to use the distorted guard or the Karatam's guard. Up to you which one you want to use. Again, you have to choose one. You can't choose both. So you can't just, put these on your hotbar and then choose one and then the other. It would have to be one or the other. And that's pretty much all I wanted to show you in terms of Nova Succession. She does a lot of damage. I'll have a little clip from PvP just to show you. And as you saw there, in the down C, you can actually hold it if you want. So I don't know if I talked about that. Yeah, you can, if you hold C, you can keep charging it. It will be super armor while you do that. It's not going to be an iframe though, so just keep that in mind. Overall, Nova Succession, really, really strong. I think in terms of what I've seen with Awakening, I'll do a video on that overall. But I think Succession right now, from the release, is better than Awakening. So if you're looking to... if you like the shield and mace combat of Pre-Awakened, you're going to love Succession. It just gives you so much more damage. It gives you a lot more lethality in PvP as well. And overall, I think, definitely a really good Succession and really fun to use as well. Let me know what you guys think about this new Nova Succession. If you have any questions whatsoever, leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to answer them when I can. Thanks again for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.